Hello friends, in this lecture we will cover the next topic of our unit number 1, that is full wave rectifier. Now the learning outcomes, as I told in last lecture that the rectifier circuits are basically divided into two types. First one is your half wave rectifier and second one is your full wave rectifier, and the full wave rectifiers are again divided into two types, that is full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer and full wave rectifier with bridge rectifier. So the learning outcomes for today's lectures are, after studying this topic, students will be able to understand the working principle and the input output waveforms of full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, then the full wave bridge rectifier, and the comparison between the rectifier, that is comparison between half wave rectifier, then full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer and the bridge rectifier. Before going to start the full wave rectifier, let's revise our last lecture, that is half wave rectifier. In half wave rectifier, one normal type of transformer is used, then one diode is used, and we calculated the output voltage across the load. And what is your observation? For first positive half cycle, our diode will be in forward bias condition. So we will get some output voltage for first positive half cycle, but for negative half cycle our diode will be in reverse bias condition, so it will act as an open switch, so the output voltage across the load which is equals to 0. Means the conclusion from a half wave rectifier is that the half wave rectifier conducts only for positive half cycle, but for negative half cycle the output voltage which is equals to 0. And there are some disadvantageous thing. This will be our first disadvantageous thing, that is it conducts only for positive half cycle, and the for negative half cycle its output voltage equals to 0. Then second disadvantageous thing, high ripple factor. Means the percentage of AC components present at the output of your half wave rectifier are more, which is equals to 121%. Then the rectification efficiency is also less, which is equals to 40% for the half wave rectifier. Now these are the different disadvantageous thing of half wave rectifier. That's why we always avoid to use our half wave rectifier in power supply design. So the next type of rectifier, that is full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. Now full wave rectifier is a rectifier circuit which delivers power to the load during the both half cycles of the AC supply voltage. That is the main difference between your half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. As your half wave rectifier delivers the power to the load during only positive half cycle, but for full wave, in case of full wave rectifier is a rectifier circuit which delivers power to the load during the both half cycle of the AC supply voltage. Means for full wave rectifier we will get the output for both the cycles, that is for positive half cycle as well as for negative half cycle. Now let's see the circuit diagram for full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. Now if you see the circuit diagram, now this picture shows the circuit diagram of full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. Now one more new component is added to this circuit, that is center tap type of transformer. Later on we will see the working of our center tap type of transformer. Now which are the different components we will require to build the circuit of the full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer? First, one center tap type of transformer. Then the primary windings are connected with the AC input. Then the secondary windings are connected with the two diodes, means mainly two diodes are used to build our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, that is diode D1 and diode D2. And one load resistor is connected, and we are going to calculate our output across the load, that is RL. So our output voltage will be equals to VO, which is equals to VL. So this is the simplest circuitry of our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. In half wave rectifier we use the normal type of transformer and only one diode, while in full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer we are going to use our center tap type of transformer and total number of two diodes. Okay, before going to the full wave rectifier, means working of our full wave rectifier, let's see the working of our center tap type of transformer. Now, what is the difference between your normal type of transformer and center tap type of transformer? For normal type of transformer, two inputs and two outputs, means two inputs are connected with the primary windings and two outputs from the secondary winding. But for center tap type of transformer, two inputs, that is two inputs are connected with the primary winding, but there are total number of three outputs of the secondary winding. And the mainly working of our center tap type of transformer is that the induced voltage in the two halves of the secondary windings are always 180-degree out of phase with respect to each other. Now, if you see, the secondary windings are divided into two parts or two halves, that is AO and BO, and here due to this center tap, the secondary voltages, that is VAO and VBO, are always equal and opposite to each other. VAO and VBO are always equal and opposite to each other. Means what? For first positive half cycle, if suppose for first positive half cycle of your AC input signal, your VAO will be positive and at the same instant your VBO will be negative. And similarly, for the negative half cycle of the AC input signal, your VBO will be positive and at the same instant your VAO will be negative. Means that indicates due to this center tap, your VAO and VBO are always equal and opposite to each other. Okay, now let's see the working or the operation of full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer in positive half cycle of the AC input signal. As we know, we are considering our sinusoidal signal, that is from 0 to pi and from pi to 2 pi. From 0 to pi means total period is 0 to 2 pi, out of which 0 to pi is our positive half cycle and from pi to 2 pi is our negative half cycle. Now, the circuit shows the operation for positive half cycle, means for the duration from 0 to pi. Now, if we consider the first positive half cycle of our AC input signal, and as we know the working of our center tap type of transformer, for first positive half cycle VAO will be positive with respect to VBO, means your VAO will be positive and VBO will be negative. Means A terminal will be at positive potential while B terminal will be at negative potential. Now, when A is positive and B is negative, now please see the connection of the diodes. Now, diode means anode terminal of diode D1 is connected with the positive, that is to the terminal A, and its cathode is connected with the O terminal of the secondary winding. So, as anode is connected with the positive and cathode is connected with the O, that is negative, so your diode D1 will be is in forward bias condition. Similarly, please check whether your diode D2 will be is in forward bias condition or reverse bias condition. If you see the connection of your diode D2, now anode of diode D2 is connected with negative terminal while the cathode of diode D2 is connected with the positive terminal, because your VBO is negative, means B is negative and O is positive. So, as anode is connected with negative and cathode is connected with positive, so diode D2 will be is in reverse bias condition. So, for first positive half cycle, our diode D1 will be is in forward bias condition and it will act as an closed switch. So, the current will flow in this direction, that is from A to diode D1, then through load resistor, that is RL, to the O. So, this loop will be complete. Means for first positive half cycle, you will get the output voltage across the load resistor, that is RL. And at the same instant your diode D2 will be is in reverse bias condition. As diode D2 is in reverse bias condition, so no current will flow through the diode D2. Similarly, the operation of the full wave rectifier in negative half cycle. Now, in negative half cycle, what will happen? Negative half cycle means from pi to 2 pi. From pi to 2 pi, As we know the working of our center type of transformer, for negative half cycle our VBO will be positive with respect to VAO, means VBO is positive and VAO is negative, means B is positive and A is negative. As B is positive, so the anode of diode D2 is connected with positive terminal, while cathode of diode D2 is connected with negative terminal. That's why our diode D2 will be in forward bias condition. When diode D2 is in forward bias condition, so it will act as a closed switch, so current will flow from the B to diode D2, then D2 to RL and RL to O terminal, means we will get the output voltage across the load resistor in negative half cycle also. And at the same instant our diode D1 will be in reverse bias condition. Now why diode D1 will be in reverse bias condition? Because the anode of diode D1 is connected with negative terminal, while cathode of diode D1 is connected with positive terminal. That's why our diode D1 will be in reverse bias condition and it will act as an open switch for the negative half cycle. So what is our conclusion? For first positive half cycle our diode D1 will be in forward bias condition and it will act as an closed switch and current will flow through the diode D1. Similarly, for negative half cycle, our diode D2 will be in forward bias condition and it will act as an closed switch and current will flow through the diode D2. Now let's see the input output waveform of full wave rectifier with center type of transformer. Now there are total number of 4 waveforms, out of which first waveform indicates our input, that is output of our secondary winding, means output of our transformer, center type of transformer. Then next second waveform indicates the current through the diode D1. Then third waveform indicates the current through the diode D2 and last waveform indicates the total output current. As we know, now if we consider the positive half cycle of the input signal. Now positive half cycle, for first positive half cycle our diode D1, means for each positive half cycle our diode D1 will be in forward bias condition. That's why current will flow through the diode D1. Now your second waveform indicates the current is flowing through the diode D1 only for positive half cycle, and for negative half cycle it is equals to 0. Similarly, if we observe the waveform for the negative half cycle, then for negative half cycle of the input your current will flow through the diode D2, means for negative half cycle our diode D2 will be in forward bias condition, and at the same instant for negative half cycle your diode D1 will be in reverse bias condition, so no current will flow through the diode D1. And the total output current, that is last waveform, indicates the combination of our diode D1 and diode D2, means how much current will flow through the diode D1 and D2. So the total output current, means last waveform indicates our total output current. Now first positive half cycle it is due to diode D1. Similarly, next positive half cycle it is due to diode D2. Again diode D1, D2, means in first positive half cycle of the total output current diode D1 will be on and diode D2 will be off. Similarly, for next positive half cycle diode D2 will be on and diode D1 will be off. In this way, for full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, we are getting output for both the cycles of the input signal, AC input signal. That is, we are getting output for positive half cycle also and for negative half cycle also. So this is the most advantageous thing of the full wave rectifier with center type of transformer over half wave rectifier. Now the analysis of full wave rectifier with center type of transformer. Now first parameter, that is DC output current. The DC output current for the full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, it is 2 Im by pi. Similarly, the DC output voltage, that is VDC, which is equals to 2 Vm by pi. Then next RMS current, which is equals to Im by root 2. Then RMS voltage, which is equals to Vm by root 2. And most important point is that the fifth parameter, that is rectification efficiency. If you see the rectification efficiency for your half wave rectifier, which is equals to 40%, but for full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, it is increased to 81.2%, and this is the advantageous thing of our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer over the half wave rectifier. Then sixth parameter, that is ripple factor. Again, this is again advantageous thing of our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer over the half wave rectifier, because the ripple factor is minimized, which is equals to 48%, and for half wave rectifier it is 121%. And if you see the last parameter, that is PIV, that is peak inverse voltage, means maximum voltage across the non-conducting diode, which is equals to twice of Vm, and which is very maximum as compared to your half wave rectifier. So this is the disadvantageous thing of our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. Now, which are the different advantages of full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer? First, efficiency is higher, which is equals to 81.2%. Then next, ripple factor is less. Then third, it gives the output for both the cycle of the AC input. And only two disadvantages thing. First, PIV rating of the diode is very high, which is equals to twice of Vm, means maximum voltage across the non-conducting diode, which is equals to twice of Vm. So this is the disadvantageous thing, because as we know, when we operate our diode in reverse bias condition, then the voltage across the diode should be minimum. If suppose it is maximum, then it will damage the diode permanently. So PIV should be less. And the cost of center tap type of transformer is very high. This is the second disadvantageous thing of full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. Now let's see next type of full wave rectifier, that is bridge rectifier. Now if you see the circuit diagram of bridge rectifier, now here total number of 4 diodes are used, that is diode D1, diode D2, diode D3 and diode D4, and the output of your transformer is connected with the bridge rectifier. Bridge means what? These connection of these 4 diodes is nothing but what? The bridge, and we are going to calculate the output voltage across the load resistor, that is RL. Simple circuit. In half wave rectifier we use total 1 diode. In full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer we use total number of 2 diodes, but in bridge rectifier we are going to use total number of 4 diodes, but with the normal type of transformer. Now let's see the working of bridge rectifier in positive half cycle. In positive half cycle means the period that is from 0 to pi. In positive half cycle, what will happen? Your VAB will be positive. A terminal will be at positive potential and B terminal will be at negative potential. And we are going to check which diodes will be in forward bias condition and which diodes will be in reverse bias condition. And what is the condition to check whether your diode is in forward bias or reverse bias condition? If anode is connected with positive and cathode is connected with negative, then your diode will be in forward bias condition. And exactly opposite, if suppose anode is connected with the negative terminal supply and cathode is connected with the positive terminal of supply, then our diode will be in reverse bias condition. Now let's check the current flow direction. Now your current, as VAB is positive, means A terminal is positive, so current will flow in this direction, that is from A to diode D1, then from diode D1 to load resistor, that is RL, then from RL to diode D3, and from D3 to negative terminal, that is B. Means current is always flows from A to B, because A is positive and B is negative. So in this direction only 2 diodes are in forward bias condition, that is diode D1 and diode D3, because if you observe, the anodes of diode D1 and D3 are connected with the positive while its cathodes are connected with the negative. So your diode D1 and D3 will be in forward bias condition, and at the same instant your remaining diodes, that is diode D2 and D4, will be in reverse bias condition. So in first positive half cycle you will get the output voltage across the load due to diode D1 and diode D3. So for first positive half cycle, your diode D1 and D3 will be in on condition and diode D2 and D4 will be in off condition. Now let's see the operation of our bridge rectifier in negative half cycle. Now in negative half cycle, that is from pi to 2 pi. Now in from pi to 2 pi, your VAB will be negative. VAB will be negative means B is positive and A is negative. Now let's see which diodes will be in on condition and which diodes will be in off condition. Now before going to see the current flow direction in negative half cycle, in positive half cycle our diode D1 and D3 are in forward bias condition. Now let's check in negative half cycle. Now in this cycle the current will flow from terminal B to terminal A. Now current will start flows from terminal B. Now from terminal B to diode D4, then from diode D4 to load resistor, that is RL, then from RL to diode D2, and from D2 to A, that is negative. Means for negative half cycle, as VAB is negative, that is B is positive and A is negative, so your diode D2 and D4 will be in on condition, and at the same instant diode D1 and diode D3 are in off condition. So for negative half cycle, what is your conclusion? You will get the output voltage across the load due to the diodes D2 and D4, and at the same instant diode D1 and D3 are in off condition. Now let's see the input output waveform. Now first waveform indicates the output of our transformer VAB, AC input, that is VAB. Second waveform indicates the current which is flowing through the diode 1 and diode 3. Third waveform indicates the current which is flowing through the diode 2 and diode 4, and last waveform indicates the total output current. As we know, for positive half cycles, our diode 1 and diode 3 are in forward bias condition. So for every positive half cycle, current is going to flow from diode D1 and diode D3. So if you observe the second waveform, in second waveform you are getting some output current for positive half cycle only. For negative half cycle it is equals to 0. And if you observe the third waveform, for negative half cycle of the AC input signal, our diode D2 and diode D4 are in forward bias condition. So you will get the output for the negative half cycle also because of the diodes D2 and diode D4. And if you observe the last waveform, that is total output current. Total output current, now in this waveform, the first positive half cycle, it is due to diode D1 and diode D3. Similarly, the next next positive half cycle, it is due to diode D2 and diode D4. Similarly, again D1, D3, again D2 and D4. In this way, for bridge rectifier also you are getting output for the both the cycles of the AC input signal, that is for positive half cycle also and for negative half cycle also. Again, this is the advantageous thing of our bridge rectifier over half wave rectifier, means you are getting output for the both cycles of the AC input signal, that is for positive half cycle also and for negative half cycle also. Now let's see the analysis of our bridge rectifier. Now first parameter, that is IDC, DC output current. DC output current equals to 2 Im by pi, where Im is the maximum current. Similarly, the DC output voltage, that is VDC, which is equals to 2 Vm by pi, where Vm is the maximum voltage. Then RMS current Im by root 2, then RMS voltage Vm by root 2. Now fifth parameter is very important, that is rectification efficiency, which is same as that of our full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, which is equals to 81.2%. Similarly, the ripple factor is again same as that of our full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, which is equals to 48%. But if you see the last parameter, that is peak inverse voltage or the maximum voltage across the non-conducting diode of the bridge rectifier, which is only Vm, and this is the advantageous thing of our bridge rectifier over the full wave rectifier with center type of transformer. Because if you see the other parameters are same as that of your full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. But one disadvantageous thing of our full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, that is high PIV, which is equals to twice of Vm, and that disadvantage is overcome in our bridge rectifier, that is PIV, that is peak inverse voltage for our bridge rectifier, which is only Vm. Now, which are the different advantages of bridge rectifier? As we know, the first one, efficiency is higher, which is equals to 81.2%. Then ripple factor is less, which is equals to 48%. Then it gives the output for both the cycles of the input AC supply, for positive half cycle also and for negative half cycle also. Then PIV is less, which is equals to only Vm. Then no requirement of center tap type of transformer. And these are the different advantageous thing over the half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer. That's why we always use our bridge rectifier in power supply design. And which are the different applications of bridge rectifier? First, it is used as a rectifier in power circuits to convert the AC signal into the DC signal. Similarly, in second, in power supply circuit, then in battery chargers. These are the different applications of our bridge rectifier. Now the comparison between the rectifier circuits. Now if you see, total number of 3 rectifier circuits are there. First one is your half wave rectifier, second one is full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, and last rectifier, that is bridge rectifier. Now first comparison, total number of diodes. Now for half wave rectifier, total number of diodes are only 1. For full wave rectifier with center type of transformer, it is 2, and for bridge rectifier it is 4. Then the rectification efficiency. The rectification efficiency for half wave rectifier, which is equals to 40%, but for the full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, which is equals to 81.2%. Then the ripple factor, which is equals to 1.21 or 121%, and similarly the ripple factor for full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, which is equals to 0.482 or 48.2%, which is very less. Then peak inverse voltage, that is PIV. PIV for half wave rectifier is Vm. For full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, it is twice Vm, but for bridge rectifier it is again only Vm. Then average DC current, that is IDC, which is equals to Im by pi. Then for full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer, and for bridge rectifier it is twice Im by pi. And similarly the last parameter, that is RMS current, IRMS, which is equals to Im by 2, but for full wave rectifier with center tap type of transformer and bridge rectifier it is Im by root 2. So after this comparison, our conclusion from the rectifier circuit is that if we compare all the parameters, then the bridge rectifier is most suitable type of rectifier to design our power supply, because of its main parameters, that is its rectification efficiency, which is equals to 81.2%. Then the ripple factor is also less, which is equals to only 48%. Then the peak inverse voltage is again less, which is equals to Vm. And due to this advantageous thing, we always prefer to use our bridge rectifier in power supply design. Thank you.